going on, guys? It's your boy Kaze of KazeBeat.com, and welcome to the video. Let's talk about Whole Lotta Red. At first, when I listened to it, I definitely thought it was trash. But after about 5 listen-throughs and learning more about the album, how Kanye is the executive producer, and other things of that sort, it kind of grew on me. So I figured I'd show you guys how to make crazy, futuristic, hyperpop Playboi Carti beats. So without further ado, let's get into it. What exactly is hyperpop? According to Wikipedia, it's a genre of music from the mid-2010s that takes the basics of pop EDM and combines it with trance, emo, cloud rap, and hip-hop. Honestly, it's hard to put a finger on the genre. One of the first artists I think of are 100 gecs, which I don't really listen to, but I think they're a pretty good example of what hyperpop melodies represent. As most of y'all know, Lil Uzi, Fontaine, and of course Playboi Carti often have hyperpop melodies over trap drums on their beats. My personal description of hyperpop is: imagine you're traveling in a flying car in downtown Tokyo at night in the year 2121 looking at neon lights. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going for that synth pop feel with the melody. That means that we're trying to layer 2, 3, maybe even 4 different synth pads / bells, arps, that sort of thing. We're mainly going to be looking through ElectraX and maybe some other Omnisphere presets. This is kind of a new VST for me, so it's going to be a little bit of an experimentation. For now, I've got B360SCSMF. Got no idea what that means. There's probably some kind of code. I want this pad to be the basis of the melody, so we're going to build all the other counter melodies around this. We're going to make this super simple, nothing special. So the melody right now, definitely trash. We're gonna add in some intervals. Nope. Let's see what we got. I think next I want to get a pad. I'm going to clone this ElectraX over. I found this pad, it's called the 2 Mystic RR. It sounds like this. It's got a little bit of mysterious vibe to it. What I really like is it has this interesting pitch bend in it. Copy this over, then drop it down an octave. Let's see what that sounds like. This sounds a combination of 3 different synths. On the 3rd synth, we can turn on the filter. So we'll take this off of bypass. Let's do a low pass, just a soft one. Oh, I like that right there. In Omnisphere, I went to the bells and the vibes and I picked out this Astral Music box. Omnisphere sounds tend to have a long tail attached to the end of them, so I just turned the release down. Didn't mess with the effects or anything. I went over to the ARP and I activated it. The mode is up and down, clock is 1/32, and the octave is 3 octaves so that we get a nice range of sounds. When you have your basic ARP set up, you can actually go in and fine tune each individual note. For example, I can right click up here where you see 0, and it'll let me change the pitch of every single note, but we're gonna leave it as it is for now. Bars here, which you can left click and drag, just represent the volume. Volume of the very first note can be kind of harsh because I'm playing this in a lower octave. So I tend to turn that down lower. Same with the second one. All I did was I followed the root notes of our original patterns, which was this F sharp, which then moved down to D, and just kind of repeating that throughout. Let's play everything together now. So yeah, that's cool, but the ARP sounds off still, and we can remedy that by adjusting the length and the swing of our ARP. First, let's adjust the swing. I went to the effects and I added an analog chorus and a power filter. The mix on the chorus is at 63%. The rate is turned up all the way. The depth is relatively high, 74%. I turned on this warmth switch. This power filter is just a high pass. The cutoff is at 90 dBs. I'm gonna turn off the ARP and these two effects to just show you how we went from a basic sound to this really nice sounding ARP. There's one more underrated secret to Omnisphere. I talked about it on one of my last videos, but I'll just bring it up briefly again for this one. It's the ring oscillator. And this is great, especially for these Playboi Carti and Hyperpop beats, because it has this really cool digitizing effect. This is the ARP right now. I want to push those frequencies up, so we're going to go down here to where you see normal and boost. We're going to select boost, turn the depth up all the way, and frequency up all the way. Actually, it doesn't have to be that deep. We'll maybe go like a quarter here. I'm making some changes to the ElectraPad. I did a simple high pass like this. I added RC20 and I also bumped the wobble up a good bit because this is more of a background sound, so we can go a little bit crazier on the effects. I used the air distortion. The main thing that you should look out for is the tonality of this sound. I just turned the tone up so that it's more bright, and I also increased the gain. I then went over to ElectraX because I wanted to add some scratch and vinyl effects. I'm gonna go to our little bell synth thing, make a parallel track like this. I'm just gonna add Valhalla Vintage Reverb. Yeah, so right now this is way too much reverb, so we're gonna turn it down in the mix. Maybe about 50%. I'm also gonna put an EQ on there and just cut off those low ends. For these Playboi Carti Hyperpop beats, I noticed that there are two main 808s, which is Spin's 808 and the Manny's A. They are definitely overused, but I love the sound of them. Artists like the sound of them. They're just things that you don't need to fix that aren't broken. So we're gonna use the Spin's 808.
Drums talk.
The main thing I want to do is just repeat this pattern right here. So we're just gonna copy this over and then make adjustments for the second half. Let's go 1, 2, 3, lower, middle, make this one high. Hi-hats from Cash Money AP kits are amazing. They always do the trick. And clap, just get a clap that sounds like this. Classic trap clap. This next tip is gonna take your hi-hats to the next level. This is gonna make your hi-hats a little bit pro. This is to understand whether you have a down hi-hat or up hi-hat. When you listen to hi-hats, you tend to have this head bob, right? Like you're just kind of bobbing along to the beat. So whenever your head nods down, that's your down hi-hat. When it comes up, it's your high hi-hat. So I went over to control, selected fine pitch. If you look closely at the automation, you'll see that some notes have a lower pitch. What sounds cool before every clap is to lower the pitch of this note and then increase the pitch of the note that comes right before the clap. At the end of every bar, I can also lower the pitch. I separated out all the tracks and I arranged beats so that we have something going on like this. I pretty much just took the new Neon song structure and copied it over. So anyways, here's a beat. I'm gonna have to mix this down and then I'll post it down on a link in the comments later once I finish it. So that wraps up today's tutorial. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to connect with me, hit me up on IG at KazeBeat. I'm also on TikTok. I post crazy videos there. I think I'm getting close to 900 subs, so if you want to help your boy out, hit that subscribe button and I'll be dropping my first drum kit / melody kit at 1K. Again, thank you so much and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Oh, it's Kaze, let them drums talk. When God made it.